The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the Raw Women's Championship.
Hello and welcome to WWE Extreme Rules. And we are starting things off tonight with the Raw Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley taking on Becky Lynch one-on-one in an Extreme Rules match. Now this really does... well, it's going to help out this woman right here, Rhea Ripley. She has been on quite a dominant tear recently, looking to show that brutality in this match. And I think her with a kendo stick, her with a chair, her with any weapon is going to add a major advantage for Rhea Ripley in this match. It's going to make maybe Becky Lynch's days as champion are going to be numbered to just this day left. And maybe that'll be it for Becky Lynch. Maybe Rhea Ripley will be your new Raw Women's Champion, but obviously you have to remember that we do have Shayna Baszler, Miss Money in the Bank. She will definitely be watching this match backstage. I have to wonder where she's going to be, especially since this is an Extreme Rules match. It is the perfect opportunity for Shayna Baszler to come out and cash in on either one of these women, no matter what happens by the end of this match. They're both going to be in a very bad position, taking chair shots, kendo shots, ladders, chairs, tables, anything, sledgehammers, baseball bats, who knows what's going to happen. But it is for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch has been the Raw Women's Championship. She's been the championship itself. She has been the champion since the beginning of the Universe mode. And the challenger here, Rhea Ripley, looking to be the woman to take that championship away from Becky Lynch.
Introducing the champion from Dublin, Ireland.
The World Championship since the beginning of the Universe, mode, since the first pay-per-view. It's gone through quite a few competitors to get to this point. Not necessarily got the best win-loss record, but when she's been in these big matches, she has definitely held her own and managed to stick the landing to maintain her championship reign. I have to think this is the biggest challenge for Becky Lynch in her reign so far. You have to wonder, can Becky Lynch hold on to the championship tonight? Let's find out. The match getting started right now. These two women, Becky Lynch getting the early advantage there, getting an uppercut to the face of Rhea Ripley, taking her straight down to the mat and taking advantage. Rhea Ripley was trying to do something to take Becky Lynch off her feet in the early beginning of this match, but Becky Lynch managed to get the advantage. Now Rhea Ripley trying to get back into it with a drop kick to the face of Becky Lynch right there, getting her back on the feet, and a big kick to the side of the head, but Becky Lynch getting her arms in the way, preventing the kick from connecting, and Becky trying to take the advantage again now. Becky Lynch needs to hit these big moves, get a good start in this match, the most important thing for her right now. As soon as Rhea gets a weapon, or if Becky gets a weapon, either one of them is going to be very, very difficult. But if Becky Lynch can do some work onto Rhea Ripley, wear her down very early in this match, then it is definitely going to help her Becky's chances to maintain her Raw Women's Championship. And really, she should do some work on the arms, make sure to get ready for that disarmer. But, to be fair, Becky Lynch hasn't necessarily won too many matches while using her disarmer. Most of her matches have been won via the Bexploder suplex, honestly, surprisingly enough. That has picked up a lot of her victories in Universe mode so far. That and also that Uranagi that she likes to hit sometimes, but it's mainly been those two. The disarmer hasn't really come into effect too much for Becky Lynch. Rhea Ripley is managing to get her way back into this match, and wait a second, where is she going? She's gone to the outside. Is she looking for a weapon? Yeah, she is getting onto that apron. What is she going to find? She's got a kendo stick. This is what I was talking about. This is the opportunity. Wait a second, Becky grabbed the kendo stick out of her hand and hitting Rhea Ripley into the stomach. Oh, circling Rhea, trying to decide what she was going to do and hitting her straight over the head and going for the pin. One. Oh. I didn't think that was going to be it, but I thought that was going to perhaps be a bit of a longer count there. The referee a bit slow on the uptake, it seemed like. Rhea Ripley taking advantage of that, throwing Becky Lynch back down to the mat and working on the neck of Becky Lynch, just taking a second for Rhea Ripley to recollect herself after being caught on the side of the head by that kendo stick. but it's giving Becky Lynch time too. Time for Becky Lynch to get herself back into this. Manages to duck under that clothesline, and now suplexing, a back body suplex onto Rhea Ripley, taking her down away a second. Oh, working on the arm again. I thought she was looking for that Exploder suplex, but no. Rhea Ripley rolling out of the ring. Very clever thing to do. This is not a Falls Count Anywhere match. This is a straight one-on-one Extreme Rules match. It all has to happen inside the ring. There may be no countouts, no DQs, but there are no pinfalls outside the ring. It has to happen in the middle of the ring. That is the only way to retain the title or win the title. Pinfall or submission. And to be honest, Becky Lynch is looking a lot stronger in this match than I would have expected her to. As I say that, Rhea manages to clock Becky Lynch in the face, taking her off guard. I think Becky was looking for that Exploder suplex, but Rhea will manage to turn around, clock Becky in the face, and Rhea once again going for a weapon, this time a sledgehammer. My goodness, where is Triple H right now? Oh, catching her in the gut and then whacking onto the leg of Becky Lynch. Trying to take Becky Lynch off her feet. If you damage that knee of hers, she ain't going to be able to do anything. She's not going to be able to get up, is she? It's going to make things very, very easy for Rhea Ripley and waiting for Becky Lynch. But Becky was ready, reversing that sledgehammer into the stomach of Rhea Ripley. And now around the world into a DDT. Becky Lynch taking Rhea Ripley down to the mat. And wait a second, again, working on that arm of Rhea Ripley. And I thought she was going to try and use that kendo stick there. Oh, she's got it up. No, changing her mind though, going for the pin instead. Very odd decision from Becky. Only getting a 1 count. I wouldn't have expected anything else. It's a very strange decision for Becky Lynch to go for that just there. Throwing Rhea into the ropes, trying to go for a drop kick, but Rhea Ripley managing to push Becky Lynch out of the way, and this time the clothesline does connect. Rhea Ripley taking Becky Lynch down to the mat with that huge clothesline. And now throwing her into the ropes. And, oh, Rhea's got the kendo. Rhea, oh, again. Becky Lynch just grabbing that kendo stick out of Rhea Ripley's hands. Rhea has not had very much luck with that kendo stick. Get back to the sledgehammer. Go and be Triple H. It's doing better for you. To try and once again, but deciding, no, listening to me on commentary. Very smart idea there, Rhea. I agree. But Becky taking advantage now. Rhea Ripley being too indecisive, and it's causing an issue for her right now. Oh, Becky Lynch slamming that kendo stick right down on her. Becky Lynch. Oh, there you go, Rhea. Rhea's finally getting some offense with his kendo stick. And of course, Becky straight away reverses it, and it's hers again. The kendo stick does not agree with Rhea. Rhea should not be using that kendo stick, apparently. Oh, big spear there from Rhea Ripley on the outside. Very nice. And going underneath the ring again, trying to find another weapon. What's it going to be this time? A baseball bat. Slamming down onto Becky Lynch. Shades of Sting from Rhea Ripley right now. Becky Lynch really taking those shots to the chest and abdomen. They're not really very nice at all. I would not want to take a baseball bat to my chest. Break my ribs. That would not be pleasant in the slightest. She is going to have trouble. She's going to have some issues breathing right now, you'd have to think, Becky Lynch. And Rhea Ripley now enjoying this moment where she is on top again, taking things down to a much slower pace and trying to hit Becky with the baseball bat again. But no, Becky getting out of there. Oh, getting her revenge on Rhea Ripley right there. Rhea moving out of the way, preventing from that big clubbing blow to the head from Becky. Oh my goodness, elbow there from Becky Lynch. Managed to prevent Rhea Ripley from getting that hit and making the baseball bat go absolutely flying. But now Rhea Ripley on the offense again, getting that Luthez press onto Becky Lynch. And they are very lucky this is a no count out match, of course. Only way to win is pinfall or submission in the middle of the ring. Rhea's got her up. Oh, big powerbomb onto Becky Lynch right there. Brutal stuff there from Rhea Ripley. And now Rhea throwing Becky Lynch over to the other side. Where's Rhea getting back in the ring? I think Rhea wants to end this. Rhea is waiting for Becky to get in. No, changing her mind, going back to the outside, going after Becky Lynch. See, I have to say, the indecisiveness of Rhea Ripley has been a real issue for her in this match. She doesn't seem to know entirely what she wants to do. She'll pick up a weapon, put it back down, get in the ring, get back out of the ring. She can't decide. And again, that has given Becky Lynch the opportunity there to get back to her feet and be able to reverse Rhea Ripley, allowing the prevention of that attack with the baseball bat, because Rhea Ripley took too long to decide what she was going to do. Wait a second. No, Becky Lynch getting the reversal. I thought we might be trying to go for a riptide there. But Becky Lynch prevents it without Becky Lynch going onto the ring. What is she looking for? Oh, she has a ladder. She has a ladder, my word. Rhea Ripley does have experience with ladders. She was in the Money in the Bank ladder match last month at Money in the Bank. Becky Lynch getting back inside the ring, leaving the ladder on the outside. Maybe that was just a taunt to Rhea Ripley, saying, look, this is something I can use. It's going to be here. If I need to use it, I will use it. Big clubbing blow to the face there of Rhea Ripley from Becky Lynch. You have to think at this point, whoever gets back in the ring first and manages to hit their finisher, that could be it for either of these women. And yes, this match has mainly been Becky Lynch. Rhea has managed to have her opportunities in this match as well. Not as dominant as I expected her to be, but I just think her brain isn't in it in this match. I think there is something bothering her in this match. Maybe the pressure of the situation is too much. It is the biggest stage she's had so far in Universe Mode, being here, opening up Extreme Rules in an Extreme Rules match for the Raw Women's Championship. It's a very big deal. Big exploder suplex there from Becky Lynch, taking Rhea Ripley down to the mat. Just get her in the ring, Becky. Get her in the ring, and again dropping her on that arm, trying to prepare Rhea Ripley for that disarmor from Becky Lynch. And DDT, Becky Lynch really getting this now, really taking control properly, speeding up the pace of the match. This is what Becky Lynch seems to like. And another exploder suplex from Becky Lynch. My word, Becky Lynch really taking control right now, picking up that pace. Rhea Ripley enjoying the slower pace in this match, and Becky Lynch throwing the faster pace. But Rhea reversing, throwing Becky Lynch into those stairs, those steel stairs. You have to wonder whether she was perhaps caught with the spiky bit of the stairs, so that would have been very painful to deal with, to be honest. But Becky getting the revenge, throwing Rhea Ripley into those steps herself. My goodness, just get her in the ring, get her in the ring. That is the best thing to do right now. But just getting revenge for what Rhea Ripley did, chucking her into those steel steps. Oh, a big clubbing blow there to Rhea Ripley from Becky Lynch. These two women just need to get in the ring. That is their chance to win this match. Pinfall or submission. Becky may be wasting by hitting those exploder suplexes on the outside. Maybe that wasn't the smartest idea from Becky Lynch. Becky managing to get Rhea Ripley out of the corner. Is she going to throw her in the ring now? No, Rhea Ripley throwing Becky Lynch in the ring. This is Rhea's chance, but wait a second. She has gone back to that dreaded kendo stick. The kendo stick that has caused her so much misfortune. And once again, the kendo stick causing more misfortune for Rhea Ripley. She just should have stayed away from that kendo stick. Becky going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that was it. I was going to say 3. I thought the kendo stick, maybe that was all too much for Rhea. And another exploder. And that's going to be it. I think 1, 2, 3. Exploder suplex for the win from Becky Lynch. The third one in the match on Rhea Ripley. And let's be honest, that kendo stick was the real troublemaker for Rhea Ripley. Whenever she would go to use it, Becky Lynch would just know what was coming. She would be able to get the best of that kendo stick, and that kendo stick has won Becky Lynch this match, essentially. Maybe the pressure of this being such a big opportunity for Rhea Ripley was too much in her young career. But Becky Lynch tonight, still your Raw Women's Champion. She has retained the title, and she is looking forward to SummerSlam to see who her next opponent is. And you have to wonder, maybe after what happened on Raw, where Shayna Baszler did take a big loss to Charlotte, maybe Charlotte is going to be the new #1 contender for that championship at SummerSlam. But we will have to wait and see. But for tonight, Becky Lynch standing tall at the Raw Women's Championship, and no Shayna Baszler in sight. Becky Lynch still Raw Women's Champion. And now on to the next match of the evening. This match is a fatal 4-way Falls Count Anywhere match.
It's a fatal 4
course, for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this match was made by the general manager of SmackDown, Shane O'Mac. He's just had enough. He had enough of Chad Gable's antics, and he decided, okay, look, Chad, I've had enough. This isn't going to work anymore. The way you're acting here on SmackDown, it is not okay. You're a good enough wrestler to win these matches on your own. You should stop stop hitting people in the balls. It's not okay. It's not the way to be. And he made this official. He made it so that it would be Chad versus Braun versus Matt Riddle, the men Chad Gable's really messed around with. But last week, the week going into Extreme Rules, this man, EC3, the undefeated EC3, who had been teaming up and been very buddy with Chad Gable, decided, nah, I've had enough of your nonsense, and just turned on Gable, taking him out, and he got added into this match by Shane O'Mac, making it a fatal 4-way. And to be honest, I have to wonder whether he is the man to watch out for in this match. Of course, he does have a victory over Braun Strowman in the past, and yes, that was partially because of Chad Gable and the coach on the outside messing around with Strowman. But EC3 still hit him with the finisher, pinned him for a 3 count. He still beat him, and Braun Strowman has beaten Chad Gable. Which then, if you add all the maths together, EC3 has beaten Strowman. Strowman has beaten EC3. No, Strowman has beaten Chad Gable. EC3 and Gable have beaten both Riddle and Strowman. The math is certainly looking good for EC3 in this match, having victories over basically every man in this match. But you can never look past the big man, Strowman, looking to reset himself here. When he first came into Universe Mode, he was trying to make a name for himself. He wanted to prove something. He was saying that he was undefeated, welcoming any challenger to come and face him. But then Chad Gable completely embarrassed him, beating him by count out. And things haven't been the same for Braun Strowman ever since. And you have to wonder how he feels about all that. The big man should be wrecking things, should be doing so much more, but instead, he is still caught up with this man who's just hitting people in the balls and cheating his way through matches. But here he is, the IC champion. No coach in sight here tonight. Coach has been banned from ringside by Shane O'Mac. He wants this to be a nice, fair match. If there is any sign of the coach at all, Chad Gable will be losing his IC title, no matter what. And we will have a triple threat match on SmackDown between Strowman, Riddle and EC3, if that is what is needed. But of course, this is for the Intercontinental Championship here tonight. Riddle, Strowman, EC3, Chad Gable. Oh man, all got some bitter issues between them. Looking for revenge here tonight. Mainly Matt Riddle and Strowman against Chad Gable. And EC3 looking to pick up a massive victory here tonight after he is taken from the coattails of Chad Gable here tonight. Chad Gable going after EC3 and Strowman going after Matt Riddle. Very interesting start to this match. Not how I anticipated it to start. Well, Chad Gable and EC3 I could see, but Strowman and Matt Riddle fighting is a bit interesting. It's not really something we'd seen so far. I wouldn't have expected them. I thought everyone was just going to go straight after Gable. Go straight after him, take him off his feet, knock him out, and then, you guaranteed a new champion. I thought that would be what they'd want to do, but instead, nope. Pairing up in a very interesting fashion here. Now, of course, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so the pinfalls can happen absolutely wherever. They do not need to happen inside the ring. They can happen outside the ring. They can happen backstage, as long as there's a ref there to see it, I guess. Braun Strowman throwing Matt Riddle into the ropes, then bouncing him back off his chest. Matt Riddle, of course, much more known for his submissions and his strong strikes, his amateur wrestling background. Is what Matt Riddle is known for. And Braun Strowman being very much a brutal, just whack into people, knock them off their feet. It's quite a bit of a clash of styles there. You'd have to think in the beginning of the match is definitely going to favour Braun Strowman. But as Braun gets a bit more tired, you never know how that might impact the match here tonight. Now Gable having to prove this by himself here tonight. Not being allowed to have the coach anywhere near. Gable trying to get outside to break up the count. Not even a 1 count. To be fair, it took the ref a long time to get outside the ring to go and count that pinfall. That is the only disadvantage of doing it outside the ring, because obviously, if the referee isn't right there, it may take him 1, 2, 3 seconds to get over there, and that's just extending your amount of pin time that you have to have. EC3 and Strowman now getting their revenge, getting the rematch of what we had a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown. Where of course EC3 did pick up the win on Strowman, hitting him with that top 1%er, taking him out with a bit of help from Chad Gable and the coach, which isn't really going to be coming his way anymore. Wait a second. Oh, EC3 up on the shoulders of Strowman. Is he looking? Yes, he is. A torture rack there to EC3, but Chad Gable breaking up, making Strowman have to drop EC3 down to the mat. Matt Riddle throwing Chad Gable to the outside right now. Oh, we've had a bit of a change of opposition. Oh, a big DDT there, planting Matt Riddle's head into the mat, into the canvas there. Chad Gable trying to get to the outside to escape from the action at hand. And Braun Strowman just following him. But wait a second, Matt Riddle, armbar. But Chad Gable managing to get in the way, breaking up that submission. And this is what I was saying. Matt Riddle is probably going to do better the further this match goes. He has a lot of experience in terms of going longer in matches. And same with Chad Gable, to be honest. Both of them with that amateur style. It leads to a longer style of match instead of the brawling styles of EC3 and Braun Strowman. It means that they're going to have a lot more stamina, Gable and Riddle. EC3 and Strowman onto the outside. Gable and Riddle in the middle of the ring right now. Riddle really taking advantage of Gable right now, getting some good offense in on Gable, trying to take him off his feet. But Gable is still the freshest man in the match somehow. It's very interesting to see. Matt Riddle is the weakest one. All those kicks, those yes kicks to the chest, and a big kick to the side of the face there. You have to wonder whether that also hurts Matt Riddle a bit, because he's not wearing any shoes. Part of what he does as part of his style of wrestling. He doesn't like wearing shoes in the ring. Big knee there, reversal from EC3 on the outside. It's like Matt Riddle turning over and then flipping him. Oh, the strength of Riddle to be able to just lift Gable, deadlift him like that. Very much looking like what Shayna Baszler did, but wait a second. One. This is the big issue when a pinfall goes on at the same time. What is the ref going to do? The ref has to be able to go and get to these pinfall positions. Running fist there from Gable. All these men back in the ring right now. EC3 throwing Strowman into the corner. What is he thinking of? He just chucking him into the other. Oh no, turning around and a big clothesline into the corner there. And a little not a bulldog. I've forgotten what it's called, but that move, you know, that move. A little blockbuster style move. Wait a second, Gable working on the arm of Riddle right now. Just dropping him down. EC3 pinning Strowman, but no, Gable just there. Gable saving his championship reign. EC3 throwing Gable out of the ring, wanting him out of here. Well, actually, no, I tell you about EC3 going straight after Gable. Very interesting indeed. Oh, that big chop. My goodness, you should hear how loud that was. Wait a second, Strowman going for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Gable was not paying attention. Gable was not paying attention in the slightest. Come on. Don't want to lose your championship like that. Braun Strowman was nearly your new Intercontinental Champion. Matt Riddle pulling Gable back out to his feet. Oh, wait a second. Spinning pile driver, tombstone pile driver, I should say. Apologies. Going for the pinfall on the outside. 1, 2. EC3 just there, but Gable kicks out anyway. It didn't matter. Either way, it was all going to be fine. Oh, a massive knee to the side of the face with Braun Strowman accidentally taking out the referee just there. Gable throwing him in the ring. And then EC3 was trying to throw Riddle in there as well. Riddle now throwing EC3 in the ring instead. All 4 men back in the middle of the ring right now. Wait a second, what's Riddle looking for here? Oh, an ankle lock on EC3. Ankle lock on EC3. Of course, there was no rope breaks in this match. Or Strowman, though. Strowman managing to break up the ankle lock. EC3 is going to struggle now. Struggle to get back to his feet. EC3 rolling out of the ring, getting out of the way. But wait a second, Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's calling for it. Is this going to be it? No, EC3 is back. EC3 is back. The bro Derek. No, EC3 right there. EC3 just staring down Matt Riddle as he did that. Chad Gable trying to go for the drop kick, but unfortunately not working out for him just there. Strowman lifting up Riddle and slamming him down to the side. Oh my goodness, big move there from Braun Strowman to Riddle. What a big height to fall from. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Gable was just there as well, but Matt Riddle did manage to kick out at a 2 count there. Not over for Matt Riddle just yet. Oh my goodness, that knee. A knee to the face of Chad Gable was brutal. Absolutely brutal stuff there. One of those series of punches from Matt Riddle. Wait a second, Gable being now attacked. EC3 picking up the bones of Chad Gable after what had just been done. Oh, wait a second. Reverse chokeslam and the big move from EC3. Double pin. 1, 2, 3. Wait a second, but so the referee has declared that EC3 is the champion. EC3 won the match. I guess that's who he was counting, but Braun Strowman and EC3, they started their pins at exactly the same time. I think they both think they must be champions. They both have equal right to be champions. EC3 may be the man who is, well, the referee counted, but Braun Strowman was pinning at exactly the same time. My goodness. Braun Strowman maybe should be the Intercontinental Champion right now. Wait, I'm getting word from Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac is now announcing that on SmackDown, the main event of SmackDown this week, because of that bit of discrepancy there. Sure, EC3 will be the champion for now, but on SmackDown, the main event will be EC3 versus Braun Strowman to determine who is the rightful Intercontinental Champion. My goodness. But out comes Mr. Money in the Bank up next, Drew McIntyre. And of course, McIntyre has been looking for a challenge since becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. Running through Ricochet, going straight through the Big Show, getting attacked by a Wild Uso, going over to Monday Night Raw and tearing through both of the Usos in a 2-on-1 handicap match. But then, McIntyre last week on SmackDown, he cut a promo issuing a challenge that he wanted some competition for this pay-per-view. And well, I don't think he was necessarily expecting the answer he got. The answer was from this man here, Goldberg. Yes indeed, tonight it is Goldberg versus McIntyre. 1-on-1 singles match. There is DQ. There is count out. This is a 1-on-1 match. Money in the Bank not on the line. This is just McIntyre's challenge. And Goldberg is the man who answered this challenge, and tonight he is looking to give Drew McIntyre the competition he has been looking for all this time. The debut here of Goldberg in Universe Mode. Well, it's going to be an interesting one to see how Drew McIntyre, Mr. Money in the Bank, can cope against this man. He's a very, very scary man to come up against. The man who had the winning streak that went on for what felt like forever. Just come in, spear, a jackhammer, and you're done. Is that going to be it for Drew McIntyre? That is what happened on the Go Home show when McIntyre made his challenge when Goldberg appeared. Spear, jackhammer. That was it. That's all it took. And McIntyre was down on the mat. Is that what it's going to be tonight for Goldberg? But it's going to be an interesting one indeed. McIntyre taking on the legend that is Goldberg here tonight. But let's get things underway and let's get going here tonight. Oh, straight away Goldberg taking down McIntyre with a clothesline, going for the pin immediately. but not even getting a 1 count. Drew McIntyre straight out of that clothesline, not doing anything to McIntyre. The strength of Goldberg. Just lifting McIntyre up like that, grabbing him by the head, pulling him off the mat. And now just punting him down the mat. This is all Goldberg so far. Oh my word, but McIntyre getting out of the way of that dropkick, trying to derail the momentum of Goldberg. My goodness, I'm still a bit shocked by that beginning from Goldberg. That's why he didn't go for a spear into a jackhammer immediately. He could have well gone that way for McIntyre, but he managed to get that lucky reversal off the dropkick. And now McIntyre bringing things back down to how he wants them to be. Preventing Goldberg from hitting that clothesline once again. McIntyre managing to whip Goldberg into the corner. And what is McIntyre thinking of here? Just slamming his fist down onto Goldberg. Goldberg getting the pick up and then a big suplex to Drew McIntyre. And Goldberg taking it back up to his feet. Ooh, just smacking him. Goldberg smacking him with his right hand there. My goodness. Dragging him over the center. Going for the pinfall once again. Still not even a 1 count. But we are very early into this match, and I'm not surprised, to be honest. But still, it's kind of wild. Goldberg, taking out for that suplex, just twisting him around. This match has really just gone from one-sided to one-sided to one-sided. Goldberg getting all the offense, McIntyre getting all the offense, and now Goldberg back, just ruining McIntyre right now. My word. This is not how McIntyre wanted things to go. But McIntyre getting that reversal, getting the knee to the gut, catching his arm, and returning fire with his own big clothesline. My word, this is the fight of the two horses right now. These two big men just throwing fists at each other. And taking it down with an elbow. A shoulder tackle there from Drew McIntyre. Goldberg trying to get up in the corner. But instead McIntyre getting on top and pummeling down those punches onto the face of Goldberg. Raining fists from McIntyre. Now pulling Goldberg up to his feet, but Goldberg catching the leg and just grabbing McIntyre with a chokeslamming him down to the mat. Oh my word. The running body slam there from Goldberg. And wait a second. He is calling for that spear. He's calling for the spear. Oh, but McIntyre catched him. McIntyre caught it, pulling him down for the DDT. Very impressive work there from McIntyre, preventing Goldberg from being able to get the victory just there. And McIntyre going straight into the air raid siren. Is that going to be enough to put Goldberg down? McIntyre pulling Goldberg middle of the ring, going for the pinfall. 1, 2. Closer than I thought, to be honest. Closer than I would have thought. McIntyre clearly caught Goldberg off guard there when he avoided that spear, getting the DDT. And getting straight into the air raid siren, caught Goldberg off guard, allowing him to get a 2 count on Goldberg. Wait a second, Drew throwing Goldberg to the outside. What is he thinking? Oh my goodness, Drew, but no, Goldberg. Oh my goodness. I think Drew was thinking suicide dive, but Goldberg getting straight back up onto the apron and just clobbering McIntyre in the face with a big fist. And that is why you don't necessarily do things out of your world. And this is certainly Goldberg's world. This is the jackhammer from Goldberg, and that's got to be it. That has got to be it. 1, 2. Oh, Goldberg. No, McIntyre's still in this. My goodness, he kicked out of the jackhammer. What kind of a man can kick out of that jackhammer? To be fair, it wasn't the combination, though. It wasn't the spear into the jackhammer. But still, kicking out of a jackhammer by itself is still an immense task. And Drew getting the reversal, getting a fist onto Goldberg and then clotheslining him down to the mat. These two really just taking each other apart right now. This is a clinic of just brutal fists and clotheslines and punches and big strikes. Oh my goodness. Goldberg hit that running shoulder block onto McIntyre. McIntyre just straight back up. Goldberg manages to get him down with that spine buster. Trying to get himself back into this. Going for the pinfall off the spine buster. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there for Goldberg, I should say. McIntyre kicking out at 2. What's Goldberg doing here? Throwing Drew to the outside of the ring. Very interesting there from Goldberg. Of course, this is just a regular match. Countouts and DQs are in effect. I don't think Goldberg was trying to throw Drew out of the ring. I think he was trying to get him to rebound off the ropes. But I think Drew McIntyre fell. Oh, there you go, spear. Spear out of nowhere. And I think that's what Goldberg was trying to do before. Oh my word. 1, 2. Drew kicks out of the spear as well. Wow. My word, Drew McIntyre. And another spear. Oh, spear after spear. 1, 2, 3. No. Drew McIntyre kicked out of another spear from Goldberg. My goodness. My goodness indeed. Drew McIntyre is surely showing to know that he is a man to be reckoned with. Not many men could have survived a jackhammer and 2 spears from Goldberg. Oh, Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness. Alabama slam from the outside. Drew making his way back in this. I don't understand how. I don't understand how he's still in this, to be honest. There is Drew going, kicking Goldberg in the back. And he's pulling him off his feet. He's going to go for that big headbutt. Oh no, Goldberg getting the reverse, getting that knee up. Big McIntyre reversing straight away back again. Goldberg and McIntyre face to face, and McIntyre just punching, getting punched completely off his feet. Oh, Goldberg trying to go for that super kick there, but McIntyre getting out of the way. Lots of reversals at this point. Big clothesline, McIntyre. My goodness, this could well be the best match that we've seen in Universe mode so far between these two. Oh, there you go, the Scottish headbutt. My word, McIntyre. How on earth is he still in this? He's so out of it, he hasn't even gone for the pin. Well, he's saying he's calling for that future shock DDT, I believe. Yes, he is the future shock DDT. And bang! That's got to be it for Goldberg. Goldberg got to be down 1, 2, 3. Oh. McIntyre not happy with the referee for that one. McIntyre thought Goldberg was done, and I thought Goldberg was done as well, to be honest. Well, McIntyre knows what he needs to do now. He needs to just hit that Claymore kick, but he may not get the opportunity again, to be honest. Goldberg may not allow him to do it. Goldberg getting back on offense right now. Getting on top of McIntyre. McIntyre throwing Goldberg back into the ring. Trying to go for a big boot, but Goldberg getting out of the way, knowing it was coming. Goldberg grabbing onto McIntyre, lifting him up and slamming him down. Oh, but Goldberg putting all his weight into it, getting himself off the floor to add that extra push and momentum down into McIntyre, down into the mat. Oh, a spear, but no, McIntyre. McIntyre managed to push Goldberg's spear out of the way somehow, managing to move it out of the way, but Goldberg getting a reversal, reversing McIntyre, McIntyre reversing Goldberg, and a powerbomb there. The power of McIntyre. Oh my goodness. This match is just insane. Trying to go for that headbutt again, but Goldberg, seeing it was coming, getting the elbow up to the head of Drew McIntyre, and now kicking to the back of McIntyre. Goldberg is trying to get himself back on top in this match, and that clothesline. How we started this match, taking McIntyre down again with that brutal lariat. They're saying Goldberg suplexing McIntyre, just tossing him around. But McIntyre in the ropes, rope break just there for McIntyre, and Goldberg not happy about that at all. Because McIntyre is more used to these longer matches. Goldberg, oh, pile driver for McIntyre. Oh, wasn't expecting to see that in this match. But as I was saying, Goldberg is not used to short, long matches. McIntyre is very much used to long matches. Goldberg's used to a spear. Spear just there. Spear. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Wow. What a match there between Goldberg and McIntyre, and sure, Goldberg has picked up the win tonight, but I'm lost for words, to be honest. That was an incredible match between those two. It's the Money in the Bank, unfortunately, coming up short here tonight to Goldberg, but I don't think that's going to do any harm to McIntyre. Not in the slightest. That just showed how much McIntyre will give to stay in the competition, to survive that many spears and jackhammer from Goldberg. Very impressive stuff from Drew McIntyre, Mr. Money in the Bank. But he has finally found a man who lived up to the challenge that Drew McIntyre was looking for. Goldberg answered the challenge, and he has beaten Drew McIntyre here tonight. And next up we have the big 8-man elimination #1 contenders match for the Universal Championship, which will be decided in our main event here tonight. Seth Rollins versus Kofi Kingston for the Universal Championship. Last man standing, got a winner of this match right here, this 8-man elimination match, will be facing the Universal Champion at SummerSlam for that title. Starting things off here, we have the big dog, Roman Reigns. Of course, all the men in this match were decided by our general manager Shane O'Mac based on whether they've impressed Shane O'Mac or based on whether they have some star power. Shane O'Mac wanting the biggest main event possible for SummerSlam. And apparently Roman Reigns impressed him in the recent weeks. But Roman Reigns hasn't necessarily the best time so far in Universe mode. Sure, he managed to get his big pay-per-view win, beating Ciampa at the first pay-per-view Backlash. But at Money in the Bank, he did come up short, losing in a tag team contest with Keith Lee against DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And of course, all 4 of those men are in this match. And it's going to be interesting to see how they can work together, how they can gel. But this man, Daniel Bryan, made his return recently, just after Money in the Bank, after he was in that inaugural match to determine the inaugural Universal Champion, but came up short to Seth Rollins in that match, and then took a month off, took some time to go and think, get his head back together, came back, beat Adam Cole, impressed Shane O'Mac, and has got himself an opportunity here to get back to that Universal Championship. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Daniel Bryan become the #1 guy again. The Yes Man definitely looking for a big tick on his contract here today. And I think he can do it. I think Daniel Bryan could be the man to go to SummerSlam. But of course, he is a lot smaller than the rest of the men in this match. Apart from, well, one of the men in this match. But he is certainly smaller than this man here, Keith Lee. Keith Lee, I think this could be Keith Lee's moment. I think Keith Lee hasn't had the opportunity yet. I'm sure he lost that big tag team match with Roman Reigns, like I already mentioned, but before Money in the Bank, our main event was supposed to be, not at Money in the Bank obviously, but on SmackDown, it was supposed to be Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns to determine a #1 contender for Seth Rollins' Universal Championship at the time. But that match was interrupted by Gargano and Ciampa, but Keith Lee was looking so good in that match, and I think he would have won it. He would have won it if it wasn't for that interference, to be honest. You never know with Roman, but I think it could have been Keith's night that night. And I think he's my favourite to win this match. I could see him versus Seth, I could see him versus Kofi. I think either match would be absolutely great going forwards. But then we have this man, Adam Cole, baby. He's managing to turn things around for himself in this Universe mode. It did not start well for Adam Cole, not in the slightest. But tonight, after tonight, the Undisputed Era could be on their way to the top. Of course, in part 2 of Extreme Rules, the UE will be facing off against the rest of the New Day. Well, I say the rest of the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, with a tag team titles and a table match. And of course, if Adam Cole can win tonight and become the #1 contender for SummerSlam, that could be all gold for the Undisputed Era. But how Adam Cole impressed Shane O'Mac was that in a 6-man tag team match, the UE managed to beat the New Day, our Universal and Tag Team Champions. Adam Cole and Bobby Fish and Tyler Rose managed to pick up that victory in that match somehow, and that is getting Adam Cole back on the path to be in the main event scene. But now we have this man here, Rey Mysterio, who, in all honesty, Shane O'Mac added to this match because of his star power. Rey Mysterio obviously has a lot of legacy behind him, a lot of importance in his name. He was working in WWE in his lucha backgrounds. He is a very big name in wrestling. Of course, Rey Mysterio did have his debut a few weeks ago, teaming up with John Cena to take on DIY, but they did come up short in that match, sadly. But I wouldn't put it past Rey Mysterio to manage to win this match somehow. He has the experience to do it. He's a very experienced man. And now we have Johnny Gargano, one half of DIY, and of course, since this man has come over from Monday Night Raw, swapping with Aleister Black, he has been on a tear with Tommaso Ciampa. Those two are being absolutely brilliant with each other. Really helped bring each other up. And you have to wonder how Gargano and Ciampa are going to act in this match, whether there's going to be any sort of conflict between the two of them. But they're going to be able to be exactly on the same page when fighting for an opportunity, a singles championship. Are they still going to team up? Are they going to have some issues here? And the other man in this match, because of his star power, is John Cena. Of course, John Cena, he has been around in Universe mode. He has had a couple of matches here and there. He's mainly been having an issue with Adam Cole after John Cena came to defend the Street Profits against the Undisputed Era back in the original episode of SmackDown here in Universe mode. John Cena hasn't really done too much since then. He's been quite busy with his movie commitments and all this kind of stuff. You know what John Cena's like. But to be honest, like, probably would be the biggest match you could have at SummerSlam. Kofi Kingston, the Universal Champion, versus John Cena. That would be a big match. I'd like to see that. Maybe I should change my pick. Maybe it's not Keith Lee I want. Maybe it's John Cena I want to win. And now we have this man. The vile, horrible Tommaso Ciampa, the psychopath.
From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds.
Now, Tommaso Ciampa, you have to wonder what his mindset's going to be like. Of course, he's had a lot of issues with Roman Reigns. And yeah, that's kind of come to a bit of a backdrop recently, but you look back in the past, and Tommaso Ciampa was absolutely obsessed with Reigns. And how is he going to feel being in a match with Reigns again? How is that going to work out? Is Tommaso Ciampa still going to be concentrating on getting rid of Reigns? Maybe that's what's going to stop him getting this opportunity. Because that's what has happened before. Ciampa was given an opportunity to be in a #1 contenders match, but he didn't want it. He had no interest in being #1 contender. All he cared about was Roman Reigns. He wanted to deal with Roman Reigns. He didn't want to be #1 contender for any championships. But tonight, Ciampa has accepted the opportunity and he is in this match. You have to wonder whether his thought process has changed as you see Roman Reigns in front of him and Ciampa stares down at him briefly. Ciampa, a scary man, Sicilian psychopath. Well, let's get things underway here tonight. John Cena and Tommaso Ciampa straight away. Gargano and Lee. Roman and Rey Mysterio. Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan. I couldn't see who it was. But very interesting to see how things have started off in this one. Now, of course, this is an elimination match. Every single man has to be eliminated. And all of the eliminations do have to happen in the ring, I do believe. I have to wonder who is going to be the first man out. That is going to be an embarrassing situation to be. But it could be any of these men. These are all big names here on SmackDown. It just shows what kind of a main event scene we could have here on SmackDown. All these men could be future Universal Champions. And there's still more people on SmackDown that could be. Look at McIntyre. We just saw that amazing match with Goldberg. There are still more people on SmackDown who could be Universal Champion, and that's not even including our current champion, Kofi Kingston, and the former champion, Seth Rollins. All these men showing what an amazing main event scene we have on SmackDown. Let's see how things are going. Reigns and Mysterio in the middle of the ring. Oh, wait a second, Gargano getting in. Gargano and Ciampa not having any impact. Oh, but wait a second. We're seeing our first little thing here between Ciampa and Reigns. Reigns throwing Ciampa outside of the ring and Reigns going after him to the outside. Adam Cole and John Cena getting back to their old rivalry in the middle of the ring. Adam Cole would love to get a victory over John Cena in this one, you'd have to think. Finally get his big singles victory. Well, not a singles victory, but it's better than the tag team victory. He does have a tag victory over John Cena when he teamed with Tommaso Ciampa to beat John Cena and Roman Reigns. Adam Cole going for the pin. 1, 2. Not even a 2 count there for Adam Cole very early in this match. Of course, the benefit is we won't see everyone trying to break up the pins in this one, because it is an elimination, so there's no need to break up pins. You just have to be able to get out on your own. It shows your own skill as a wrestler. Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano, the only 2 on the outside right now. Keith Lee really having his way with Gargano, it looks like. Reigns and Mysterio meeting back up again. Kind of gone back to our original pairings, but the only thing that's swapped is Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa and Bryan in the middle of the ring. They managed to knock the ref over somehow. Now all the men on the outside right now. Not necessarily the best place to be. They do need to be in the ring to get the pinfalls. Tommaso Ciampa raining down punches onto Daniel Bryan. But Rey Mysterio deciding he wants some of Tommaso Ciampa now. Roman Reigns now going off to Adam Cole on the outside here. But these men need to get back in the ring if they want to try and get any form of pinfall over their opponents. But it is good to see the damage they're going to be doing. Away saying Keith Lee throwing Gargano into the ring. Gargano in the lead, centre of the ring right now. Lee going for that pinfall. 1. Only a 1 count there for Lee. Maybe I would have expected a little bit more given the damage that Lee seemed to be doing on the outside. Tommaso Ciampa getting in the ring, maybe going to help his tag team partner, Johnny Gargano. Keith Lee though grabbing Tommaso Ciampa. Wait a second, is he going for it? I think he is. I think that is a... No, it's not. I thought he was going for the Spirit Bomb, but instead he just went for a regular Power Bomb there on Tommaso Ciampa. That would have been a scary thing to see. John Cena trying to do a submission into Johnny Gargano, trying to take out Gargano right now. Of course, DIY did pick up a victory over John Cena and Rey Mysterio. So you have to wonder how Mysterio and Cena feel about that. Maybe wanting a little bit of revenge after picking up that loss on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. Oh, wait a second. Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano, no. Oh my goodness, Johnny Gargano just tried to put on the... Oh, spear. Spear from Roman Reigns. Never mind, spear. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Adam Cole, the first man eliminated. Adam Cole, the first man gone. But it was very almost Tommaso Ciampa. Johnny Gargano locking in that Gargano lock on Tommaso Ciampa, but John Cena managed to break it up. I don't know why. I don't think he meant to break it up. He did it by accident, but John Cena broke up that Gargano escape. Well, there you go. No friends in this match, I guess. John Cena going for that 5-knuckle shuffle on Johnny Gargano. Keith Lee and Roman Reigns now going up against each other. Of course, those two men teamed up in the past. The Ciampa getting back in the ring now. Just standing over 1, 2. Oh, a bit of tension there between those two men. Oh my goodness. So Gargano put on the Gargano escape on Ciampa a little bit earlier. Ciampa just stood over and stared down at John Cena and Johnny Gargano as Johnny Gargano was being pinned. Oh, maybe some trouble in paradise with these two men. Oh, wait a second, John Cena though. John Cena getting that AA onto Tommaso Ciampa. Is he going to eliminate the other half of DIY as well right now? John Cena gone for that pinfall. 1, 2. Oh. Maybe that shows something to Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa was able to hold on through one of John Cena's big moves. Johnny Gargano, you were not able to. Interesting to see Reigns and Lee going at it on the outside right now. These two former tag team partners. Very briefly, I'm not saying there's any issue with their friendship, but going at it right now. Of course, these guys are primarily singles wrestlers. Oh, fairy tale ending, a fairy tale ending, and a 619. 1, 2. Oh, John Cena kicks out. John Cena kicks out of the fairy tale ending. Impressive. 1, 2. 619 kicks out by Daniel Bryan. Bryan's still in this match. We haven't really seen too much from Bryan or Mysterio in this match so far, to be honest. But it gets a lot easier and a lot easier to be seen as we get further in this match. 1, 2, pinning combination for Daniel Bryan not working out there, I'm afraid. Roman blowing leans though. Is he thinking spear? Superman punch from Roman Reigns, and a yes lock from Daniel Bryan. Is Rey Mysterio going to tap out right now? Yes, he does. Rey Mysterio has tapped out to the yes lock by Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan going straight off to Keith Lee. After that, we are down to 5 men. John Cena, Roman Reigns, Tommaso Ciampa, Daniel Bryan and Keith Lee. And to be honest, Roman Reigns is looking the freshest in this match. He hasn't really taken any big moves that I've noticed so far. Everyone else seems to have taken a finisher from what I've noticed, but Roman Reigns, maybe not. Oh, big Samoan drop, but no, he got blocked off there by John Cena and Tommaso Ciampa. There's almost Ciampa bloodying Daniel Bryan, catching with a knee to the face. Oh, I thought he was going for a spear there, was Roman Reigns. But no, Roman Reigns instead going for a big crucifix bomb into a pinfall. No, not into the pinfall. Air raid siren there from Tommaso Ciampa. Daniel Bryan getting out of the ring. And Tommaso Ciampa turning his attention back to his old rival, Roman Reigns right now. Roman climbing up into the ref's arms, wanting some help. Big reversal by Reigns in the corner, kicking to the gut. Well, you know what he's thinking here. He's got to be thinking drive-by. Got to be thinking drive-by. Yes, he is setting up on John Cena. Just letting it happen. Standing over, letting it go on. Big drive-by drop kick there from Roman Reigns. Wait a second, are we going to get a combination? Oh, I thought he was going to get the AA. I think that's what he was going for. But Tommaso Ciampa managed to reverse out of it. Very lucky for Ciampa. That could have been it for him. Daniel Bryan are the only man on the outside right now, still recovering. And he should take his time on the outside. It's going to benefit him greatly. Wait a second, Keith Lee. Keith Lee on John Cena. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that was going to be. I thought Keith Lee had John Cena's number just then. That would have been a huge elimination for Keith Lee right then. Daniel Bryan back in the ring. Roman and Daniel Bryan leaving to go after Tommaso Ciampa right now. Keith Lee and John Cena the only one in the ring right now. Can Keith Lee eliminate John Cena? Going for it once more. It's got to be it. John Cena's got to be out. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee just eliminated John Cena. Very impressive. Those yes kicks. Those yes kicks. Another one to Reigns. Wait a second. Is Lee going to eliminate Reigns straight after? 1, 2, 3. Oh my word. Lee just eliminated Cena. Immediately then eliminating John Cena. Roman Reigns. Wait a second. Yes lock. Yes lock. Is Tommaso going to tap? Is Tommaso going to tap to the yes lock? Oh, come on, Bryan. You can do it. No, I don't think so. No, I think he's managed to get out of it. Ciampa getting out of it, managing to reverse them for the pressure from Daniel Bryan there. Then getting caught by a big suplex, belly suplex from Keith Lee. Daniel Bryan getting the big man up. But Keith Lee getting a kick to the gut and taking down Daniel Bryan. Then going straight for a pinfall, quite a bold decision. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there for Keith Lee. And we're just down to 3. Lee, Bryan and Ciampa. Very interesting combination of men. 3 very different styles. Daniel Bryan stomping down on the chest of Keith Lee, showing a bit of a brutal side there. I still can't believe what Keith Lee did though, eliminating John Cena and eliminating straight away Roman Reigns. Very, very impressive stuff there from Keith Lee. But Daniel Bryan taking Lee off his feet, taking him off his legs. And Keith wisely getting to the outside of the ring. Very clever thing to do right now. Wait a second, Ciampa though. Ciampa is back to his feet right now. Ciampa going after Lee instead, now throwing him back in the ring. Is Ciampa going to be able to take advantage of what Daniel Bryan was doing? Oh no, Ciampa's going for that knee, going for that knee to the side of the face of Lee. Oh, but Lee reversed it, Lee managed to pull out. Ciampa managed to make him fall over instead of hitting that knee to Keith Lee. But Bryan now in the ring as well. This is now a triple threat contest. Still elimination though. Ciampa and Bryan now in the middle of the ring. Lee to the outside. Tommaso Ciampa dropping Daniel Bryan right now, dropping him with a big head. But wait a second, no, he's doing it now to Bryan instead. He was going to do it to Lee, and he hits that knee to the side of the face on Bryan. Is that going to be it for Bryan? Is that enough? 1, 2, 3. Bryan gone. Ciampa versus Lee. But no, he's got him over and twisting him round. Oh my goodness, has Tommaso Ciampa done it? Has Tommaso done it? 1, 2, 3. Tommaso Ciampa will move on to SummerSlam to face off against the Universal Champion. My word, what a big match there. And to be honest, you have to say Keith Lee was maybe the man of the match in that. Managing to eliminate John Cena and Roman Reigns. Very impressive stuff. And Tommaso though. Tommaso did manage to eliminate both those final two men, eliminating Daniel Bryan and eliminating Keith Lee. Very impressive stuff. But of course, can't forget, there was that little bit of dissension we saw between Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We're going to have to see how that's going to play into things going in the future. Whether they're just going to brush it off or whether it's going to be an issue for Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. But for now, Ciampa has his eyes set on making his way to SummerSlam to go and take on the Universal Champion, who will be decided in the next match coming up right now. And it is time for the main event of part 1 of Extreme Rules. A last man standing match for the Universal Championship. And here comes the challenger. Here he is, the Monday Night Messiah, the leader, the Jesus, the God of the cult himself. It is Mr. Seth Rollins making his way down to win, the former Universal Champion, of course, blaming Buddy Murphy for what happened. Blaming Buddy, of course, Seth lost his title in a 6-man tag team match. It was very unorthodox, and Seth Rollins wasn't pinned to lose the title. It was Buddy Murphy who was pinned instead. And Seth Rollins, not happy with Buddy Murphy at all, taking him out with a curb stomp, and then that big knee to the face on Murphy. The punishment that Seth Rollins has left upon him. And as you can see, Seth is out here alone tonight. No members of the church by his side. I have to wonder how that is going to make things be for Seth Rollins here tonight, all by himself. Can he do it? Can he do it without any assistance by his side? Of course, Kofi Kingston, the Universal Champion, does have a pinfall victory over Seth Rollins as well anyway. He managed to beat Seth Rollins. Sure, he rolls him up. It was a one-on-one match, Kingston and Rollins. Kofi Kingston got the victory. It wasn't for the title in the slightest, but Kingston does have a victory over Seth Rollins. You can't forget that. Kingston has proved that he can beat Rollins. But that's the thing. Whoever wins this match tonight is going to have to go on now to face off against Tommaso Ciampa. And that man is scary, and I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him in the slightest. Whether it's Kingston or Rollins, I don't think Tommaso Ciampa is going to give a damn who he's in the ring with. He's just going to kick your head off probably. But Kingston, again, without the New Day by his side, the New Day getting ready for their match, which will be opening part 2 of Extreme Rules, the tables match for those tag team titles. Kofi Kingston now by himself for this last man standing match here tonight. Will he retain his Universal Championship? Or will we have our first ever 2-time champion in Seth Rollins? You have to wonder how things are going to work out tonight. Is Kofi Kingston going to take this seriously enough? And it's all for that beautiful blue belt. Big blue boy, the Universal Championship. Kofi Kingston, Seth Rollins, last man standing.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins! And introducing the champion, from Ghana, West Africa, weighing in at 212 pounds, he is the Kofi Kingston.
He is the Kofi Kingston, in case you didn't know. Right, let's get it underway. Let's get the action started in this last man standing match. Of course, Seth Rollins did get the upper hand at the end of the final episode of SmackDown, putting Kofi Kingston through a table to end things off, sending a message for this match, sending a message that Kofi Kingston is going to lose that title and Seth Rollins is going to take it back to the church. But can Seth Rollins do it tonight? I do not know. I'm not sure on this match in the slightest. I think either man could pick up the victory here tonight. Of course, this is a last man standing match. There's going to be some brutality involved here. Can these men manage to keep up that brutality is the question. I don't think Seth Rollins is going to have an issue, but Kofi Kingston, he could have a bit more of an issue with going that brutal on Seth Rollins. It is quite a difficult thing to do, to think about how you're damaging another man's life. Like, sure, they're just wrestling. They're all trained and professionals, but you're still doing an impact. You're still doing an impact to the future career that the other man could have, and that could play on the mind to Kofi Kingston here tonight. He's not going to want to hurt Seth. He's not going to want to injure him. He's not going to want to give him any harm. He's going to take him out and make him so he's not going to be able to compete. But Seth Rollins, you've seen how he's treated Murphy. I don't think he's going to give a damn what he does to Kofi. Honestly, I think he'll just do whatever he needs to do. He'll rip his eye out if he has to. Would not surprise me. With Seth Rollins going up the top rope, hitting a big elbow drop there. Thought he was going for a frog splash, but going for an elbow drop instead. Seth Rollins getting a very early advantage in this match, to be honest, taking Kofi Kingston down a lot. Except I don't know if Kofi was in the right frame of mind for this match, and the referee is starting his count already on Kofi Kingston. Of course, Kofi doesn't have to get up until 9 if he wants to. He can just take this time to go and get his head back together. It's not like he has to prove anything. He can take as long as he needs to get back to his feet if he wants. And there you go, getting up on the 8 count. And you saw how fast he got up. He was in absolutely fine condition right there. He just took advantage of that 10 count to allow him to think for a second. And maybe Seth Rollins shouldn't have just left him on the floor like that. But this is Rollins' match so far. Rollins is really doing well against Kofi Kingston right now. And I do think it's that brutality thing. I do think it's playing on the mind of Kofi, and Seth he doesn't care. He does not care what he has to do to get that title back. He just wants it back on his mantelpiece. Kofi Kingston getting the advantage there, stomping into the corner on Seth Rollins. Kofi trying to bring things back for the New Day, trying to prove that he does deserve to be Universal Champion, that he did deserve to win in that 6-man tag team match, even though he didn't pin Seth Rollins, that he deserves to be the Universal Champion right now. Always saying Seth Rollins though, rolling Kofi Kingston down, and that super kick to the face of Kofi Kingston. Oh no, and straight up into that revolution knee there. Interesting, Rollins getting straight back up to his feet, very odd there. I thought he would have tried to go for a count there, to be honest. But wait a second, Kofi was trying to go for the Trouble in Paradise, but Seth Rollins just caught him, preventing him from going for that Trouble in Paradise, preventing him from knocking Seth Rollins down with that big move. Wrestling trying again, but Seth Rollins again just hitting Kofi Kingston in the face, preventing that Trouble in Paradise. Seth Rollins is really doing his best to avoid it. And I don't blame him, it's a very smart idea to try and avoid that Trouble in Paradise. Wait a second, Kofi Kingston just standing over Seth. I thought he was going for that boom drop, but instead just taking the moment to see if Seth Rollins can get up for that 10 count, whether Seth is able to be up in 10. Yes, I think he's probably going to be able to. It's still quite early in this match. And Kofi Kingston hasn't been able to do too big on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins getting up for that 8 count. And he's back straight on the offense. Clearly he was just not enjoying himself, but just taking a moment, like I said with Kofi earlier. Taking a moment to get himself back into this match. And of course, Kofi Kingston's a bit of a different story. He has taken that revolution knee from Seth Rollins. His head is still going to be rocked. His head is going to be spinning off, taking that big knee to the face from Seth Rollins. But Kofi Kingston's still up in an 8 count. But you can see it's not as fast as it once was before whipping up to his feet this time. It's a bit more effort for Kofi Kingston to be able to get back up to his feet. And that's all because that Revolution knee has clearly messed with him, messed with his head. And Seth Rollins again leaving Kingston to be counted. Getting in the middle of the ring, talking to his people, his crowd, telling them that he is bringing his baby home, bringing his title home. Is this going to be it for Kofi Kingston? Up to a 7 count. 8. No, Kofi Kingston just pulling himself back to his feet on the outside. It's very interesting. This match has not been as brutal as I would expect. I thought they were going to go straight after the weapons, but it's been very much based on their in-the-ring work so far in this one. Who knows where it's going to go, but so far it's been very much based on their in-ring work. Oh, Seth Rollins just falling off his knee. I thought Seth was going to be able to get up, but he was on his knee and just fell back down. Interesting. Something's really rocked Seth Rollins apparently to make him so that he would fall off his knee like that. Seth Rollins really struggling right now. Up to a 7 count. Come on, Seth. You need to get back up already. 8. 9. Wait a second. Oh no, Seth Rollins getting back to his feet. But Kofi ready for a big DDT down to Seth Rollins. As the other rounds are waiting for the 10 count, gives both men an opportunity to get themselves back, get their stamina back up. Get themselves composed and ready. 3. Seth Rollins just standing over Kofi Kingston right now. Maybe being the first 2-time Universal Champion, who knows? Maybe Seth Rollins will be that man to be the first 2-time champion here in Universe mode. No, an 8 there. Kofi Kingston back up to his feet. Is he going to hit that Trial in Paradise he's been trying to hit for ages in this match? He tried to hit quite a few times, but Seth Rollins was ready for it. Was ready to just catch Kofi Kingston when he was going for it. Very clever of Seth Rollins. Kofi perhaps showing off to the crowd a little bit too much. Not necessarily what I would be doing in this situation. It should really be having a faster pace and really trying to do lots of damage as quickly as you can, but instead they're really trying to go for these counts very early on. It's kind of surprising how they're doing this. I wouldn't say they've either of them have taken enough damage to be able to go down like this. Seth Rollins back up to his feet. Kingston throwing him into the corner. What is he thinking here? No, Seth Rollins catching the leg and then kicking into the face of Kofi Kingston. Seth Rollins. I thought he was going to go for something, instead just getting into the middle of the ring, allowing Kofi to be counted yet again. 5. 6. You've got to think this isn't it for Kofi. Kofi has still got to be in this match, you've got to think. Ooh, a 9 count though. But no, Kofi back up to his feet. That was closer than I expected. Seth Rollins' big body slam there. And again, just going for the count. Seth Rollins apparently just taking his time after every move, just enjoying going for the count. 4. 5. Up to a 5. Of course, Kofi was in a 9 last time when he got up. I think it's still going to be around the same place. Kofi Kingston maybe still feeling a bit out of it after taking that knee to the face from Seth Rollins. We're getting the reversal onto Rollins right now, taking him over his shoulders. Oh, Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise, is that it? 1. 2. If that has caught Seth Rollins, if that has knocked him silly, this could be it. This could be Kofi retaining. This could be Kofi still for a Universal Champion. I would not be surprised to see it. 6. 7. This is very, very tight. Seth Rollins still not moving. Kofi Kingston clearly thinks he's won. He is celebrating right now, but no, Seth Rollins back up to his feet, avoiding a kick from Kofi Kingston. Kofi throwing Seth into the corner, but no, Seth Rollins getting the reversal. And wait a second, dropping Kingston onto that turnbuckle, and he is bloodied. Kingston opening a wound on his head. Oh no, Kofi Kingston reversing, getting a big reversal. And Seth Rollins getting back into this and getting again that rolling super kick onto Kingston. And my goodness, the amount of damage done to the head of Kingston, that could well be it. That could be the end of it for Kofi Kingston. His head is going to be spinning, taking that ripcord knee, getting his head dropped on the turnbuckle like that, and then those super kicks to the head, those precision super kicks 7. Are we going to have a 2-time Universal Champion, or is Kofi Kingston going to be able to get back to his feet? No. Seth Rollins is a 2-time Universal Champion here in Universe mode. Seth Rollins managed to pick up a big victory tonight, proving, well, that he could be Kofi Kingston, that he could be the New Day. Maybe proving his point that it was all Bertie Murphy's fault. Maybe if Seth had been in there, he wouldn't have lost the title in the first place, but it's all the way it's worked out, and I'm sure Seth's going to be very happy to have his blue baby around his waist again. But now we know it is confirmed. At SummerSlam, we will be having Seth Rollins versus Tommaso Ciampa. What a match to look forward to. But for tonight, Seth Rollins, your first 2-time Universal Champion. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on part 2.